What's going on, YouTube? If you saw my last video, then you know that I have been doing a ton of tests in order to get this whole streaming thing worked out. I think I finally got it, and so this video is basically going to be a reveal of my setup. I'm not going the whole route of waiting for a certain threshold of subscribers before I do a setup reveal or a Q&A or anything like that, because it's probably never going to happen. Look, this is just a small little hobby for me. I wanted to throw a couple dollars into doing this somewhat right, so hey, this could probably be a much better setup, but for the amount I put into it, it's going to work for me and it's going to do, unless I like seriously blow up or something like that. So feel free to leave in the comments if you feel like it, how messed up or incorrect this setup is, but it's working for me. So let's jump into it. All right, let's start with the backdrop. It's as wrinkly as ever, but that's because I've had this green screen for 10 plus years. It was all stuffed away in storage. I used to do a lot of photography with it, and I would end up ironing that out, but I'd completely forgotten I had it to start with. So hey, it works. It serves its purpose. And that's where we're starting. No telling where I got this chair from, but it's pretty comfy and it's going to serve its purpose as well. But here's the meat and potatoes here. I'm doing most of the streaming from this laptop, which is the MacBook Air with the M1 chip. Most of my editing comes from the late 2014 iMac. And to actually see what I'm playing, I'm just using a old flat screen LG TV that I have had for years. There's my little Doc Brown. Great Scott! And as for a controller, I am using a PlayStation 5 DualSense controller. And I'll explain how I'm doing that in a second. But to go on to take you around for video capture, I am using this Fi-Hen video capture card, $60 off of Amazon. Pretty simple. I was going to go with an Elgato before I discovered that existed, and so far it's been doing a pretty good job. Also, the boom microphone that I've had for a very long time, just for my own little videography. And what else is there? Headphones. These are some, what were they called? Let me see. I still can't make out what they are. I'm not wearing my glasses. But there's some generic headphones that pretty good in sound quality, pretty good price. If I remember correctly, I think they were probably $25 wired headphones. We have our storage, which is the Samsung T7 solid state hard drive. You can get those for about $90 for a 500 gigabyte. And down here amongst the wires that still need to be a bit organized, you will find the Nintendo Switch, which is what I use to test everything. Now, about this controller. I have no PlayStation 5. I have no desire to get a PlayStation 5, but in my honest opinion, PlayStation makes some of the best controllers. So what I have done, and I will unplug it to show you, is I've purchased one of these, which is the 8BitDo wireless controller, or wireless adapter rather. What this does is it lets you use a DualSense controller or an Xbox controller with your Nintendo Switch. This works perfectly. I highly recommend it if you want to use your PlayStation 5 or 4 or Xbox One or Xbox Series X controller with a Switch. Why would you do that? Well, why would you pay $70 for a PlayStation controller and then $70 again for a Nintendo Pro controller when you can use the same controller for both consoles. That's a little hack for you. I'm not the first person to come up with that idea, so can't credit me for it. But if you haven't heard it, there it is. Anyway, I think that's about it, with the exception of this ring light, which was a cheap buy from Walmart for about $30. And my soft box, which I've had for forever, since I, like I said, did photography before I even did video. And that, I think, about does it. So, that's it for this. We're going to leave it at that. And if you're interested in seeing any of my streams, I'm going to be streaming on Twitch as well as occasionally on YouTube. You're not going to get a lot of streaming on YouTube because I don't know if the audience that I have right now wants that. I'll leave it up to you if you want to leave in the comments whether or not you prefer streaming on Twitch or if you would watch it if I streamed on YouTube. But other than that, this is Dennis Weiss signing out.